Tips and tricks for the appliance. So, welcome back to the Checkmk channel. Today we're going to share a couple of cool tips and tricks for the Checkmk appliance. These haven't been covered by the other videos, but are very useful. Yeah, the first topic is monitoring the Checkmk appliance itself. We have shown like the monitoring appliance can monitor itself, but usually you might want to monitor the appliance from some other Checkmk site.
Right. So, for example, in a distributed setup, you want to do cross-monitoring, or you just have a different system that should monitor the appliance. We need to tweak just one setting to make sure that that is possible. And that's hidden in the device settings. We have here the Checkmk agent setting. And there you can see there is an IP whitelist enabled, and it only allows access from localhost. That's what we showed in another video. And here you would just add all the IP addresses that need to access the agent to monitor the appliance.
Yeah, simply add the IP address of the appliance or the Checkmk host that should monitor it.
Right.
And that's it.
As easy as that.
Okay, cool. So next thing, when you go with a browser to the appliance, you always go to this menu, which we see here.
Right.
Usually, when the appliance is set up, you probably want to go to the monitoring site.
Yes, exactly. So in this situation, if you don't want to have the web configuration as your landing page, we again move to the device settings, and then there is this setting, HTTP access without URL brings you to. It's set to web configuration, as we just said. And here you can choose one of the sites that is running on the system. And if you save that and you navigate to the base URL of your appliance, then you're taken to the site instead of the web configuration.
So if I just enter the host name of the browser in the browser now of the appliance, then I get to that site. But how can I get to the web access again now?
Well, if you want to get back to the web access, you just have to put webconf back into the URL.
So you would just webconf, and that's it.
Right. You have the IP or the name of the appliance, and then you put in webconf, press enter, and then you're back to the...
Then I see a very severe restriction of the appliance. You cannot create a Checkmk site with the name webconf.
That's something interesting. We should try that once.
I don't think that will work out, but I think
we should.
Restriction.
We should avoid that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so let's come to the third trick. So I wouldn't call it a trick, but a very important thing. If you just start with the Checkmk appliance and maybe have legacy installations of Checkmk that you want to migrate into the appliance, then of course you want to get all your monitoring data, all your hosts and stuff into the appliance side. How?
Right. So we got a quite simple migration feature for that. For this, we move to the site management. And there is the option to say migrate site. And if we choose that, then we see the menu. And the idea behind this is that you have some kind of source host where your legacy Checkmk instance is running, and you want to pull this instance to the appliance.
Yes.
And here you can configure the source host, the source site ID, as we see there. This works through SSH, so you need credentials to access the server.
By the way, this is a good reason why you would want SSH access as root in another appliance, because then you can make this migration.
Right, you could migrate from appliance to appliance. Yeah, sure. So
simply add the host, the site ID.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can either keep the ID of the site or by that way rename it to another.
Yes, if there is a conflict, for example, you have a site that's named like that, maybe you have a main site, it's called main site, and you have another one that's called main, you can just rename it in this tab.
Perfect.
And then you don't have collisions. And of course, you have the well-known options to exclude performance data and monitoring history. Maybe you're just interested in the configuration of the site.
I mean, it's a performance feature. Usually you would have 99.9% of your data in the historic data.
Right, yeah.
So if you want it complete, leave out the checkbox. If you want it fast and don't care about the history, use the checkbox and it will be super fast.
Yeah. That's basically it.
Yeah, and so we have one last trick is about finding errors, log files and stuff. So you get an easy access to log files from the appliance itself.
Right, you don't have to access the shell.
Yeah.
You can directly view log files from the appliance. For this, we have the View Log Files menu. Sounds quite obvious. And there you have a whole lot of options to dig into the several log files.
So here we see the var log syslog of the server, of the actual Linux server.
Yes.
The appliance is running on Linux, so that's kind of Linux stuff here. But you also can select application-specific log files like those of the sites or the web server.
Right, there's a web server, there's the sites. All the logs within each site can be chosen here.
Let's select one of these, maybe this one. So you see the monitoring core as it's started.
Yeah, you have the full log, everything you could access from the shell too. And you even have the option here to download this file. So you have the full file locally. If you want to inspect it any further, use a certain text editor to look at it, then you can do that with the download option.
Perfect.
Right. So that's how you look at logs.
Okay, so I think that's enough for today. Let's sign off. Thanks for watching. See you later.